call to order the Douglasville City Council regular meeting for tonight, which is Monday, January the 9th, 2023. Happy New Year again. We'll have our invocation done by Reverend Orlando Evans, Senior Pastor of Bright Star United Methodist Church. And after that, we'll have our Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by the Mayor Pro Tem, City Council Member Terry Miller. Please stand for the invocation.
Greetings, Mayor Robinson, council members and guests. Tonight we'll draw inspiration from Psalm 37, verse 5, which tells us to commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him and he will act. With the launch of the new year, we often consider our commitments, how we will allocate resources, with whom we will spend our time, and where we will direct our focus. We make these commitments to better position ourselves for success. However, the best commitment we can make to enrich our lives and propel us forward is to commit our ways to the Lord, to allow our thoughts, actions, and intention to be filtered through the will of God. When we do, we invite the Lord to be active in our lives and trust him to lead us in all truth. Let us pray. Gracious God, as we surrender to you, we invite you to order our steps in a way that pleases you. Give us ears to hear what your Spirit is saying, and our heart to respond in a way that's consistent with your will. Let our actions reflect our trust in you as we give you thanks. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic from which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, and it's good to see you again, Pastor Evans. You may want to stay around and take a picture with the group later on. Okay. I'd like to welcome you to the Douglasville City Council regular meeting. This is a meeting where we are taking a vote, and so official action will be taken tonight on the items that were discussed last Thursday at our legislative work session. I'll go over just a few protocol issues and then we'll jump right into the meeting. We do have agendas that are printed outside on the desk, and or you can follow us on the screen. I will say we do have a large group this evening that we're going to be recognizing for the good works that they've been doing in the city of Douglasville. I know there's a lot of red, white, and black and red, and so we have a game tonight. Some people move their council meetings up, so we're going to try to move through expeditiously so that we can get you on to watch the game. I see you over there, Mr. Roberts. So again, this is Douglasville City Council meeting. It's a regular meeting where official action will be taken tonight. If the business that you're here for is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the item comments from citizens and delegates for you to discuss your business, and you're able to come at the end of the meeting once I announce that committee, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak to us, to talk to us about any business germane to the city of Douglasville. I ask that you please keep your comments and presentations on a professional level, dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body to make our decisions. Only one person speaking at a time. Please, when you're at the microphone, we ask that you will not react to the speakers, applaud, or speak from the audience when that person is talking. We're only required to accept public comments on public hearings and zoning matters. If you have a cell phone or an electronic device, we ask that you would please put those in silent mode, or if you would turn those off until after the meeting so they will not be disruptive. Now, the agenda items will be handled in the following manner. The committee chairperson will read the agenda item, then that person or representative of that agenda item will come forward, give us your name and address for the record. Myself and council members may ask qualifying or clarifying questions to help us make our decision from information that we may not have had last Thursday. And if you come forward and you're repeating the same item, we ask that you would only bring new information to help us make our decision. After that, the committee chairperson will ask for comments or statements from the audience. There's a maximum of 20 minutes for those in favor of the item and 20 minutes for those in opposition, and each person has 5 minutes. If you have a large group, then we ask you to split your time up so that in totality, each side has 20 minutes. Again, when you come to the podium, give us your name and address. There are cards that you should have filled out that gives your information, and you would bring that card forward when you come to the podium and hand it to our city clerk, Ms. Vicki Acker. But for the proclamations, you don't need to fill out a card. We're just going to call you up. Each person has one opportunity to speak. It's not a question and answer format or debate. We're here to hear the information, deliberate, and make our decisions. I believe that's it. If you have any printed material, please hand that printed material over to our city clerk, and she will make copies and disseminate that information to us. Now, we have a large group, and we're excited to have members here that we're going to talk about that have that are doing the presentations were given for recognition of doing Keep Douglasville Beautiful. We have one group that is called out just a little bit from the other groups because they started on their own. They did not wait for the city. They just picked up the mantle and started going, so they'll come. They're not part of the Keep Douglasville Beautiful group. They're part of the Adopt a Road program through the Georgia Department of Transportation. So, but I'll read, and how it's going to go, I'll read a general proclamation for everyone, and then I'll call up each group individually, a representative from that group, to come up, and we'll take a picture, and you can say something if you like. If not, you do not have to. Don't feel pressured. And then at the end, we may take a big group picture. So hopefully we'll keep it moving. So this is the general proclamation. In recognition of Adopt a Highway program, whereas the Adopt a Road program, sponsored by Douglasville's Keep Douglasville Beautiful, is a litter prevention initiative empowering volunteer groups, families, churches, service organizations, schools, businesses to show their pride in Douglasville by keeping their neighborhood litter-free. And whereas the litter prevention efforts of the Adopt a Road program can and have had an impact and benefit the community by helping improve property values, reduce litter removal cost, foster pride, convey monetary cost of littering through public awareness, and encouraging civic involvement. And whereas the program relies on selfless volunteers who take the time to come out and help beautify and clean the city. And whereas the roads that have been adopted include Malone Street, Doris Road, Dora Lee Lane, Concourse Parkway, a portion of Presley Mill, East Strickland Street, Campbellton Street to Presley Mill, West Strickland Street, Rose Avenue to West Pines, East Spring Street, West Spring Street, and Church Street. Whereas the organizations who have assisted thus far in the program include Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Sigma Omega Omega Chapter, Victory Masonic Lodge, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Carrollton Douglasville Chapter, Nakoda Association, Omega Alpha Psi Sorority, a Christian sorority, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Rho Pi Lambda Chapter, Cameron's Cleaning Crew, Haley's Angels, and the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. Now, therefore, I, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the City of Douglasville, and on behalf of the Douglasville City Council and all the citizens of the city, do hereby recognize these organizations for their hard work in making our city a better and more beautiful place. Ordained this day, January 9th, 2023. Let's give all the groups just one big hand at first. Thank you so much. Now, I did not read the one for Moo 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 chapter from Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated because theirs was different. Again, they have gone through the Georgia Department of Transportation, but they have connected with the city of Douglasville as well. And so I'll read theirs, and we'll have, I think, Brother Fred P., I'm not certain, Mr. Perry, or for a representative from, there you go, could come up. And once I read, call out your organization. If the person that's accepting the award would please come forward and sit in the front, and then we'll take a picture. You can come up and accept, and we'll take a picture with the group. In recognition of Mu 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 chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, impact on Douglasville's community, whereas the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity is the first international fraternal organization founded on the campus of historically black college, then the Mu 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 chapter of Omega Psi Phi serves the Douglasville, Douglas County area, and whereas Moo 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 chapter is heavily involved in our community through providing a scholarship program for undergraduate students, hosting a high school essay scholarship contest for high school seniors, participating in a social action program including voter registration, supporting NAACP and other programs, conducting assault on a literacy program to eradicate illiteracy among blacks through reading tutorial programs, hosting the Dr. Charles J. Drew Jarvis Memorial Blood Drive, participating in the Talent Hunt program to provide exposure, encouraging and financial assistance to talented young people, and donating funds to Unite Negro College Fund in an effort to provide support historically black colleges and universities. Whereas the work of the Moo 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 chapter does our community great, brings about change, justice, and encourages young people, providing a better quality of life for all its citizens. I, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the City of Douglasville, and on behalf of the Douglasville City Council and citizens of the city, do hereby Moo 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 chapter of Omega Psi Phi for their hard work in building our community. Now, this did not include that you all started the pickup program in 2010 with Georgia Department of Transportation. There is a sign on Fairburn Road and I-20, whereas you've been picking up trash since 2016. So your chapter was founded in 2010. You've been picking up the litter since 2016. And happy belated Founders Day for 112 years. So Mr. Fred P., if you'll come forward, and then I will read the other organizations. So I did the one that's the general, and I'll do specifics about each organization if you'll come forward, and then we'll take a picture with the leaders, and the council will come out and we'll take a picture with everyone after that. So hopefully I didn't get too confusing. You want to say anything, Mr. Fred P.?
I would, Madam Mayor, and to the City Council, good evening. I wanted my bossless to come with me. I don't want to steal his thunder, but I did want to come and just address the council and thank you all for this recognition. We absolutely love to give back to our community, to participate in whatever uplifts our community. We were kind of unaware that we weren't connected to the local chapter of Keep Douglasville Beautiful, but we are in the process of doing that.
We've adopted you.
So that's exactly what we're here for. We're here to serve our community. And I would like Rick Pitchard to come up just for a moment. He's the bossless of the chapter, to say a few words.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Council, Brother Robinson, Mayor Robinson, we just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for allowing us to serve in Douglasville. The initiative is in alignment with what our values, our cores. We continue to see the benefit of our efforts. We continue to see the benefit of the Keep Douglasville Beautiful initiatives. We ask you to keep pushing that. We will continue to support y'all. We appreciate you guys' support. So thank you to you guys as well as the community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll hand you the proclamation, then we'll take a picture with all the presidents or representatives, and then we'll take a group picture. So if you want to stay down front for a little while. Thank you so much. And you don't have to stand. You can sit, and then yes, sir. And so the next organization, I know, is Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Sigma Omega Omega chapter, and this is for adopting the road is Malone Street. The chapter's been here since 1990, and we started, and I can include myself because I've been helping as well as a city manager. We've been doing the litter program since 2017, and we've adopted Malone Street. So if you'd like to say anything, and before that, we do scholarships, back to school festival, mammogram test, my gosh, so much. Scholarships, mentoring program. But in addition to that, there is an anniversary, for a milestone anniversary, 115 years, and I'd like to read that, and then you can make a comment. Our president, Mrs. Nia Brown. January 9th, 2023, Dear Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Sigma Omega Omega Chapter, on behalf of the Douglasville City Council, staff and residents of the City of Douglasville, we'd like to congratulate you on your 115th anniversary and Founders Day celebration, which will take place January 15th, 2023, with a momentous occasion to celebrate. I'm so thankful for all that Sigma Omega Omega Chapter does in the community and keep our community at large and organizations in our nation living by the motto of being of service to all mankind. Congratulations again, and all you've accomplished in the past 115 years and the impactful service that you've done since 1990 in the City of Douglasville. God bless you, Mayor Robinson. So, Mrs. Brown, you'd like to say anything?
Madam Mayor and Council, good evening, and thank you
Good evening.
for the opportunity to provide remarks. We certainly appreciate the partnership that we have with the City of Douglasville. As you mentioned, Alpha Kappa Alpha has been providing service to mankind for 115 years, and Sigma Omega Omega Chapter has been serving Douglasville and Douglas County for 32 years. Our partnership, of course, includes Malone Street, as we're here today, but additionally, we have provided an Easter egg hunt annually at Jesse Davis Park. We've provided hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships, and of that we are very proud. And this year, our program calendar and partnership with the city is proving to be very robust, including working with Ms. Chan Weeks with Keep Douglasville Beautiful with some plans to plant trees. And we're very proud of starting a new partnership with Chief Sparks. I'm working with Youth Against Violence. Again, it is always a pleasure to partner with you, and if I just might acknowledge the beautiful ladies who are behind me in pink and green, on behalf of our nearly 300 members, you can see some of them here today, and they are some of the hardest working citizens in Douglasville, and they love to volunteer just from a heart of serving the community. So we do thank you again.
Thank you so much. If you don't mind coming to the proclamations, and then I'll go on down the list. Thank you so much, Madam Basslis, Mr. President. All right, and they have these in this order. Victory Masonic Lodge. And I'll ask the representative, do we have someone here from Victory Masonic Lodge? Thank you so much. Please come forward. Victory Masonic Lodge. And so you all have adopted Doris Road. Okay. If you'd like to say anything, you're certainly welcome to come to the microphone and tell us. I couldn't find any information of how long you've been in the community, but I know you've been here for a while.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Larry Chappelle. I'm part of Victory 13, where my worship master is Jamal Payne. My grandmaster is Jeffrey Tramiel.
Yes, sir.
We have been around for a while, and we started off with one street adopting, and then we extended it, and we're looking to extend more. Any kind of way we can help, we're willing to help, whatever we can do. We do a lot of different things other than adopt the roads. We also have school programs that we participate in. We feed the hungry. We clothe the hungry. So we do a lot of outreach programs that are in the neighborhood also. And I want to thank you all for the opportunity for this award, and also to allowing us to assist you in your endeavor.
Thank you so much, and thank you for adopting Doris Road. That goes right by the courthouse, so we appreciate you all taking up that mantle. Next, we'll have a member from Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, I believe, Mr. President. And I know you all have been here in the community since 2005, so happy belated Founders Day of 112 years for fraternity and for being in the community Douglasville, Douglas County, and Carrollton since 2005. And so I know you all have the Guide Right program. You have the mentoring program that you established with the Boys and Girls Club with the partnership, as well as scholarships and mentoring. If you just would talk to us a little bit about what you do there, Mr. Fryer, and we'll give you the award.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Ms. Mayor, and to the council. Thank you for this honor. On behalf of the Brothers of the Carrollton Douglasville Alumni Chapter, we are known as a working chapter. And so the work that we've been doing since 2005 has been recognized by our fraternity as well. We are the 6th-time chapter of the year, including the reigning chapter of the year for this year.
Wow.
We've also been recognized twice as the international chapter of the year by our fraternity. So the work we've been doing in this county, as well as in the city of Carrollton, but representing here tonight in Douglasville and in Douglas County, We're proud of all the work we've been doing on behalf of the chapter for scholarships, numerous civic action events. We've got numerous things planned going forward, and we're just proud to serve the community as something that we believe in very strongly.
Yes, sir.
And all of the gentlemen you see here tonight in these nice crimson and cream jackets, the brothers of Carrollton Douglasville Alumni Chapter, we again just say thank you, and I'm proud of them. Just standing here as a representative, I helped charter the chapter back in 2005, and
Wow.
the makeup of brothers in the chapter is just outstanding. So I give all the credit to them as always. We're professionals, we're leaders of our communities, we're leaders in our homes, and we're just grateful and thankful for being recognized this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Fryer. And let me tell you, when I went out there with you all, Concourse Parkway is busy. Some of the streets aren't as busy, but you have to watch yourself on Concourse because people are trying to get over there to Walmart and the Beauty Mart. So thank you all for adopting that street. That one is, you got to have your eyes in the back of your head. So you and Fairburn Road with the Omegas, those are some really busy streets. If you don't mind coming and get your proclamation, and we'll take a picture in a second. Thank you so much, Mr. Potty. Yes, sir. The next organization, we're going to keep it moving, is Nakodwa. I hope I probably mispronounced it. I know you're looking at me. Come on down, please, and receive your award. And I apologize that I mispronounced. If you can please. Yes, ma'am. And tell us the street that you've adopted. It's Presley Mill. Looks like you have Presley Mill since 2019.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Give us your name, please.
Thank you so much, the mayor and the cabinet. My name is Christabel Oluku, and we are very happy that, it takes a good person to recognize another good person. So thank you for recognizing our job that we're doing. This is something we like to do.
Good.
We're just a few of us, and it's a non-profit organization. So we just try to give back to the country that has been so good to us.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you for having us here this evening.
Thank
I'm
you.
here with Mr. Egbune.
My name is Valentine Ebune, and just a little bit about the Ndokwa Association in America. The association was actually created in 2016, and we've been doing a whole lot of charitable works, both within our local community and the community in diaspora. We've completed distribution and donation of hospital equipment, and then we also create an educational awareness for the education of the girl child.
Oh, wow.
And then we also contribute in our own little way for both our kids over here with regards to scholarship, grants, and teaching English, a second language,
Yes, sir.
and so many other educational aspects
Very
that
good.
we embark on.
Very good. Thank you so much. We appreciate you representing the diaspora. If you'll come forward and receive your proclamation, and then we'll take a photo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you stay down front. The next group is Alpha Omega Psi sorority. I know it's a Christian sorority that was founded in 1929, and I'm not certain. It looks like you've been here since 2019. If you all will come forward as well. And you have a portion of East Strickland Street. You have a representative here? Okay, so I'll make certain that our city clerk makes certain that someone gets that to them. And now we will recognize Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Rho Pi Lambda Chapter. I know that your streets, you have on the streets, Campbellton Street, and I saw you on Church Street and some other streets. You all are all over picking up stuff. But, so the first fraternity to be founded for the Divine Nine African American fraternities and sororities in 1906. So
correct.
Congratulations on your 116th Founders Day, belated Founders Day. And you've been here in Douglasville since 2008. So if you tell us about some, I know you do mentoring programs and scholarships and all kinds of great things. You work with Chief Sparks with
Youth Against Violence.
Youth Against Violence. There you
Yes.
go. You talk to me. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we do a lot in the community. We do, like you said, Youth Against Violence. We also help with the Easter egg hunts with the
Yes, sir.
city of Douglasville. I probably can't name everything. We offer scholarships to our three different service
Yes, sir.
areas, Carroll, Douglas, and Paulding counties. And again, we do a lot of mentoring.
Yes, sir.
As well.
That's enough? You got your hands full?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we
So,
we
thank
do a
you.
lot. But we certainly want to thank you, Madam Mayor, and the council for this opportunity. And it's our pleasure to offer our services to the city of Douglasville. And we're here if you need us for anything. Just give us a call.
Yes, sir. You all did the turkey drive giveaway with turkey and
that's
the
correct.
food.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Councilmember Burt Danley, we had given her a lot of those packets of turkeys that we had. And I know the Kappas as well do the food drive at St. James Church once a month, I think. So, a lot of food that we give out to the community. So if you'll come forward.
Okay. And
First family.
I did want to say, and congratulations on your upcoming 115 years.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You and your lovely lady.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, we have 2 more cameras cleaning crew. Do we have Ms. Cooper here for that organization? So I don't see anyone. Haley's Angels. Ta-da. Okay. So is this a pet organization?
Sorry.
You talked to us about that, but so the street, you have Rose Avenue.
Yes. So we're actually a for-profit organization, but what we do is give back completely. We have Rose Ave in partnership, and on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at the West Georgia Library System, we give back business licenses.
Okay.
So we're into making sure that we give back, and not just in the minute way, but in every way possible we can. And as I stated, we're for-profit. So that pretty much wraps it up for Turbo Mars, which is a DBA for Haley's Angels.
Okay, very good. If you don't mind coming to your proclamation. And then the last one, Miss Joy, if you'll come down. Thank you. You're welcome. For NAACP, we know it was founded in 1909, W.E.B. Du Bois. So if you don't want to say anything. The NAACP, the West Metro chapter, since 2000, and that you've been in the community, and the street is East Spring Street and West Spring Street.
Yes, absolutely. Madam Mayor and council members, we are so thankful for the opportunity to serve. And I am not going to go through any litany of things that West Metro does, but we believe to God be the glory for the great things that God has done and for calling us to serve. We are humbled and we are grateful, and we're thankful for the partnership.
Thank you so much, Ms. Joy. So if you all would just come forward, Keep Douglasville Beautiful has been participating since the early 2000s, but this organization, Keep America Beautiful, Keep Georgia Beautiful, was founded in 1953. So we appreciate the leaders coming forward. The council, if you don't mind coming around, we'll take a picture with the leaders, and then we'll turn around so that everyone can be included in the picture.
Could try to squeeze in right under here. If he stands right there, I can. Yes. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. Okay.
It's church.
Just right here. I can see right here. Actually. All right. 1 right here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you. Sure.
So we'll get ready with the rest of the agenda as our group clears out. And let me show you her. You can send me your information and I will send it to University of West Georgia. I know I'm trying to find her picture.
I looked it up online and I actually called up to Virginia. And I spoke with someone there, not here. And they said that they hadn't taken anyone in 2 years of COVID.
That might be true, but they should be having a line, but it's up to their, I'm trying to find the president, because I just spoke for the chapter for Get Out to Vote. So they are active, but maybe they just haven't had a line. So if you send me your information, I'll find it and I'll send it back to you. Yes, 808. Where's that from? Oh, okay. I love Hawaii. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. All righty. Thank you, council. We appreciate your patience. I know we had to pack our patience for that, but that was a great thing to have all these organizations helping us to keep the community beautiful. We appreciate their time and effort. So we'll move on now to the next agenda item, which is item number 5, and it's the approval of the agenda. I will open the floor for a motion to adopt the regular meeting for agenda January 9th, 2023. Thank you. I have a motion. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor of adopting the agenda, please say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The agenda is adopted. Now we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. I have the minutes of the December 15th, 2022 legislative work session and the minutes of December 19th, 2022 committee meetings, executive session, and regular meeting. Open the floor for a motion to approve the agenda. Thank you so much. I have a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved in second to approve the minutes for item 23-008. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns from council members? Haven't heard any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-008 is unanimously approved. Now we'll move on to item number 7. It's the consent agenda. I will open the floor for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Consent agenda, thank you. Did you get it, Ms. Acker? No, Mr. Estes, who did the motion? Mr. Estes motioned, and second was Mayor Pro Tem. It's been properly moved in second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Do we see any corrections, concerns, or comments from council as relates to the consent agenda? I don't see any. Now, those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The consent agenda is approved unanimously as presented. We'll move on now to the next committee, which is Economic Development Committee, and that's chaired by Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business at this time under the Economic Development Committee.
Thank you, sir. Move on to Finance Committee, chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under Finance tonight.
Thank you, sir. Housing and Community Affairs Committee, chaired by Councilmember Dr. LaShawn Burdanley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under Housing and Community Affairs tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Burdanley.
You're welcome.
Legislative Intergovernmental Committee, chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
No business at this time, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman Davis. Item number 12, Personnel and Organization Committee, chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight in Personnel and Organization.
Thank you so much, Coach. We'll move on. We do have business under Planning and Development Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
We'll begin with item A, motion to remove from the table item 22-408. I would make a motion that we approve item 23-009 to remove from the table.
Thank you so much, Councilman Adams. We have a motion to approve 23-009, which is removing from the table item 22-408. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Watts. It's been properly moved in second to approve this item. Do we have any comments or questions from council members? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-009 is unanimously approved.
Item B, which was tabled from December 19, 2022. Consider a request for plat approval for the purpose of combining 9.77 acres on Chicago Avenue and Van Zant Mill Road in land lots 224, District 2, Section 5, parcels 28 and 34, application by the Benoit Group LLC, care of Raven Thompson. Ms. Reed.
Greetings, Mayor and Council. Shayla Reed, Community Development Director for the city. This item was a previous item that was on the agenda that Council, we are asking for you all to withdraw this application so we can move forward with the next two items.
Thank you, Ms. Reed, and I appreciate your reminder of that. This is the item that they had requested that we withdraw so that we could consider items further down the agenda that would cover the situation at hand, correct?
That's correct, sir.
Are there any questions or comments from council concerning the reason that we would be doing that? Okay, then they have asked that it be withdrawn. Do we need to take a vote for that withdrawal, council? We do not. So that item has been withdrawn at the request of the applicant, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. We'll move on to item C. Item C, consider a request for approval for the purpose of combining 38.37 acres. I keep getting a move and I can't read my screen. Consider request for plat approval for the purpose of combining 38.37 acres at 6903 James D. Simpson Avenue, parcels 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14 in land lots 224, District 2, Section 5. Application by the Benoit Group LLC and Planners and Engineers Collaborative, care of Raven Thompson and Ben Cafanlium. Ms. Reed, is there any new information concerning this?
No, sir. The information from last week still remains. This staff has reviewed this particular item and staff recommends approval of this request.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate all
sir.
your work in that regard.
Thank you.
Questions or comments from staff or from council or Madam Mayor? Seeing none, then I make a motion that we approve item C, item 23-012.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Council Burdanley. We have a motion second to approve item 23-012. Do we have any comments or questions as it relates to this item from the elected body? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposes nay. The ayes have it. 23-012 is unanimously approved.
We'll move on to item D.
Yes, sir.
Consider request for plat approval for the purpose of combining 10.9 acres on 8288 Chicago Avenue, land lot 24, District 2, Section 5, parcels 13, 28, and 34 in land lot 224, District 2, Section 5. This, Ms. Reed, is another part of that. Is there any new information that we need to be concerned with in this item?
No additional information, but staff will remind that we are asking for there to be a condition for this particular item should you approve it. The condition will state that there will be a requirement for a second means of entrance for the site or sprinklers for the residential dwellings.
And again, we would mention that the applicant has been apprised of that, and if, I believe that is something that would be required by the fire marshal.
That is correct, sir.
And that would be a part of then their development plan as they bring it in as to having a second entrance, and if not, then they would automatically be sprinkled, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Questions or comments, Madam Mayor or Council? We've heard this on Thursday, so if there are no questions, I'll make a motion that we approve item D, which is item 23-013.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Acker, did you get Councilman Davis or Dr. Burdanley? Mr. Davis. It's been properly moved and second, moved by the chair, Councilman Adams, and second by Councilmember Davis to approve item 23-013. Do we have any comments or questions as it relates to this item? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-013 is unanimously approved.
Okay. Item E, make a motion that we remove from the table item 22-382, that is item 23-010.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to remove from the table, approve item 23-010. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. All those has been properly moved and second to remove from the table this item, to approve this item. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-010 is removed from the table, is approved.
Okay. Then we would table item F, tabled from December 19th, 2022. Consider request for development plan approval for the Astoria at Crystal Lake Senior Living Development for 9.77 acres on Chicago Avenue, land lots 193 and 224, District 2, Section 5, parcels 022-402-50034 and 022-402-50028. Plans dated September 8th, 2022. Application by the Benoit Group, LLC. Mr. Thompson.
All right. Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. Marcus Thompson, City Engineer, 6701 Church Street, Douglasville, Georgia, 30134. There's no additional information to provide at this moment. I just want to reiterate that staff has reviewed the application along with the attachments, and we recommend approval with the following conditions listed in the attached memo.
Go ahead, sir.
So condition number 1, camera system installation at all development entrances per the City of Douglasville Ordinance 2022-24 rezoning condition. The approval of the existing plat to combine parcels 34, 28, and 13 into one parcel on 8288 Chicago Avenue. The approval of the existing plat to combine parcels 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 14 into one parcel on 6903 James D. Simpson Avenue. And last but not least, the installation of a sidewalk east of Chicago Avenue along the proposed right turning lane.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. And the applicant is aware that with this approval of the development plan, that those conditions would be included?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay. Questions or comments, council or Madam Mayor? I know we went over this on Thursday night, and I think we have a clear understanding that we do want to make sure that this motion would include those conditions, and this development plan would be approved contingent on those conditions.
Yes.
Okay. Seeing none, then I will make a motion on item F, 22-382, make a motion for approval.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Councilmember Dr. Burdanley?
Yes,
It's been
ma'am.
properly moved and second to approve 22-382. Do we have any additional comments or questions
Just have
for
a comment.
staff? Mr. Thompson?
I have a comment, Madam Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Just wanted to say thank you to the City of Douglasville staff for working so diligently with the Benoit Group, and also to Senior Pastor King and your congregation, specifically Miss Mary Armstrong, and all of you that work diligently. This is another level for Golden Memorial, and I'm so excited to see this move forward. Congratulations.
Thank you. Councilmember Burdanley, ditto. We thank you and appreciate you all working in the community. And thank you so much, Mr. Thompson. You didn't read all those numbers before that. You just took my advice with them last two. Yes, sir. So it's been properly moved in second. We have some comments. Any other concerns or comments from council members? If not, all those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 22-382 is unanimously approved.
Okay, we'll move on to item G. Consider a request for plat approval for the purpose of combining 24.66 acres, 668 acres at 1250 Blairs Bridge Road, land lots 581 and 616. District 18, 616 and 617, District 18, Section 2. That's parcel 2 in land lot 581, parcel 1 in land lot 616, and parcel 6 in land lot 617, District 18, Section 2. Ms. Reed?
Yes, sir. As mentioned on last Thursday, this is a request for the applicant to merge parcels to allow for there to be less business to be had for the location. It's one business with several parcels, so it's more of a combination, and staff does recommend approval.
So basically, we are combining 4 parcels into one so that would then create one tax bill.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Already an existing business on the property, existing building ongoing.
Yes, sir, that's
Okay.
correct.
Questions, comments? Seeing none, I make a motion then on item G, item 23-014 for approval.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 23-014. Do we have any comments or questions from council members? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-014 is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And
You're
last but
welcome.
not least, consider request for plat approval for the purpose of adopting Glen at Kensington Phase 2A2, 36.64 acres, Summerlin Parkway. That's parcel 33 in land lot 757 and parcel 55 in land lot 810, District 18, Section 2. This is a application by DC Kensington LLC, care of Daniel Fields. Ms. Reed?
Yes, sir. As mentioned on last week, this particular item has some discrepancies within the two separate parcels. Well, it's one parcel, but the city identifies it with one number, the county identifies it with a new number. In communication with our contracted services for GIS, they have been in communication with the county as well as the records and have confirmed that the county made a change to that parcel number. With that, staff is working with our GIS department to update that parcel to bring this application back to you at another time once the records are clear.
So then do we need to table this application or do we need to have it withdrawn?
I would prefer it's withdrawn to have a cleaner record with the corrected information.
And therefore, we do not need to take action on it as far as a vote, correct? Is that correct, council?
Is the applicant asking for it to be withdrawn?
No, that would be staff because the information is not correct on the application.
You wouldn't need to vote on the staff's recommendation.
I would need to vote for that.
Staff.
Okay. Can we make a motion then? Are there questions or other comments concerning the item?
No, sir.
Ms. Reed has given us a great understanding of what's going on. If not, then I'll make a motion that this item be withdrawn. Item 23-015.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We have a motion. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to withdraw item 23-015 per staff. Do we have any additional comments or questions for Ms. Reed?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Has the applicant been, they've been
Informed?
informed
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you're, okay. That's
We
all,
informed
Madam
them before Thursday.
Mayor. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome. Any other comments? If not, all those in favor of withdrawing this application, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-015 is unanimously withdrawn per the advice of staff.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all that we have tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Reed, you and Ms. Jackson, y'all have to get Delta Sigma Theta to come on in and adopt a road. Yes, ma'am. I'm just kidding. Thank you. We'll move on then to the next committee, Public Improvement and Beautification Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Nicole Miller.
Thank you, Madam. Helps if I turn that on. Thank you, Madam Mayor. We do have one item this evening, and that is to authorize the mayor to sign a letter to Douglas County Emergency Management Agency to confirm the City of Douglasville's participation in the upcoming multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. And Mr. Greg Roberts is going to talk to us about this for a moment.
Real quickly, so let me apologize to the mayor and council. So I gave the correct answer but to the wrong question. So the bottom line is, this is a 5% match that Douglas County will pay. There's no cost to the city for this plan to be developed at this time, but the answer I gave you as far as 2 or 3 years down the road, if there was some event and we wanted to do something in the community related to public safety, as it relates to anything related to what we talked about on Thursday night, then we would be handling that part of any match. So there is no match for the city. That 5% that the county has most likely will be met with in-kind services from county staff, city staff, and other agencies involved in the development of this plan.
Perfect, thank you.
Sorry
and I
about that.
apologize because I think I misunderstood a little bit last week as well. This is the plan that, just like every other plan that I think we have at the city, it's the plan, the studies that are being done for the plan that's going into place for in case the plan is needed later. But do you guys have any questions about it? Yes,
Only
ma'am.
other comment I had, Ms. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Public Works Director, Mr. Roberts. So we do not have to pay for the plan. That's covered by the county. But
That's
if we
right.
have something catastrophic to happen, like we did in 2009 floods, and we applied for any resources from FEMA, we would have the ordinary match.
That's
That
right. The
was
same as we
25 or
did 10,
30%.
12 years ago with that event.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's the clarity. Thank you.
All right, were there any other questions? Nope. Well, then with that, I make a motion that we approve item number 23-006.
Thank you so much. It's been probably moved by the chair, Councilmember Miller, and seconded by Councilmember Adams to approve item 23-006. Any other comments or questions from council? Not hearing any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-006 is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That is all that we have this evening.
Thank you so much. We'll move on to item 15, Public Relations Committee, chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business this evening.
Thank you, sir. We do have another committee that does have business, as Public Safety Committee, and that's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Mayor, item A, on the hearing, consider the revocation or suspension of the malt beverage, wine, and spiritual liquor consumption on the premises alcohol license held by Allure Lounge LLC in non-compliance with the City of Douglasville Code of Ordinance Section 10-149. The purpose of this hearing is for the City Council to consider whether to take action on, including whether to suspend or revoke the alcoholic beverage consumption on the premises license of Allure Lounge LLC. The agent outlet manager for Allure Lounge LLC is Ms. Stephanie Harris. The City of Douglasville Code Compliance Department delivered a letter to Allure Lounge LLC on December 21st, 2022 to comply with the hearing notice requirements provided in Section 10-24 of the City of Douglasville Code Ordinance. At this time, the City Account Manager, Mr. Shane Bird, will present on the behalf of the city. Mr. Bird, please come on to the podium, please, sir. And if you would raise your right hand, and do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say, I do.
I do.
Okay. Okay.
Shane Bird, City of Douglasville's Finance Department. I am the accounting manager at 6695 Church Street, Douglasville, Georgia, 30134. Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. I am here to present an item tonight regarding the revocation of the consumption on premises licenses for Allure Lounge located at 7090 Concourse Parkway. To give some background on this item, as part of the responsibility and privilege of having an alcohol license for the consumption on premises at a restaurant or establishment here in the City of Douglasville, every business that has that license is required to remit excise taxes every month for the preceding period of activity and total gross sales. And as part of that, Section 10-149 stipulates that businesses that are serving as a restaurant must maintain a meal service of 51% of total gross sales. And if they fail to do so over the period of the licensing period, which is typically 12 months for alcohol licenses, if they fail to maintain those ratios, then they are in violation of Section 10-149. In your agenda packet, there is a breakdown of the current 11 of 12 months that we have received in the Finance Department for alcohol excise taxes that have been remitted, with the ratios broken down by the total meals, total non-food sales, which could include things like hookah, it could include comped meals, gift certificates, merchandise, t-shirts, that kind of thing. And then lastly is, of course, the calculation for total of alcohol sales. That's including anything by the drink. And in doing so, the average for Allure Lounge, after we have received 11 months of the 12 months for the licensing year of 2022, they were averaging at about 69% in total gross sales being the pouring of alcoholic beverages, which is well outside of the requirement of 51% of meal service. So in doing so, we've made the recommendation to Mayor and Council to potentially revoke or suspend the license, or potentially propose a probationary period for the licensees.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bird. Will Allure Lounge representation please come up? Allure Lounge LLC may present at this time. For any representative of Allure Lounge LLC who may be presenting at this hearing, please state your name and address for the record.
Stephanie Harris, 790 Concourse Parkway, Suite B, Douglasville, Georgia, 30134.
Will you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say, I do.
I do.
Okay.
I want to hear from,
Good evening, Madam Mayor, esteemed council members. As the agent outlet manager of Allure Lounge, I do fully understand the seriousness of this matter, and we're taking measures to correct this situation. I would like to say that we have faced many challenges with the kitchen staff. We've had 2 cooks to pass away suddenly within 3 months of each other, February and May. Finding quality staff after that, chefs and cooks quitting in the middle of the shift, chefs and cooks not being stable or cooperative for menu changes to increase the sales, only wanted to sell like bar food, and the size and the functionality of the kitchen. With this being said, I would like to let you know the changes that we have already implemented or working on implementing to increase our food sales to become compliant. DoorDash, we have faced challenges in the beginning, but this has been stabilized where we can implement Uber Eats, Grubhub, and other delivery platforms. The DoorDash revenue has not been added to the monthly numbers for this city. I spoke with Ms. Marshall last week, and to understand what is needed, that is, because it's not integrated with our POS system, the report that I send every month. So moving forward, I will make sure those numbers is added, included with the food sales. We've hired 2 professional chefs last week to join our team of 2 cooks. We are planning on ramping up our promotions by implementing a promotion team and do different events focusing on our foods. Change our hours of operations on Saturday and Sunday to include brunch. The menu was changed in August and the percentages slightly increased, but we're changing our menu again where we can have more quality food and increase the prices. And we've implemented specials that we implemented on New Year's Eve, and that showed a noticeable difference in the food sales and the alcohol sales. So adding equipment in the kitchen to support a more versatile menu, and staff training to upsell food, and possibly business consultant or partnership. So as we are taking this matter seriously, because we have invested a lot of time, energy, and money into this business, I ask that you allow us to have a 90-day probationary period so that we can come in compliance with our food sales and alcohol sales. And thank you for your time and consideration.
I appreciate you letting us know, and you do have my condolence of the, you said 2 passing chefs?
Yes.
Within
3 months of each other.
Within 3 months, okay. And I appreciate you. Okay, Madam Mayor and Council.
I don't have any concerns. With DoorDash or whatever the Uber Eats or all of those applications that people can do, other restaurants have that put into their point of sale to help with their ratios? Mr. Byrd?
We would probably have to ask those restaurants like your Outbacks and Longhorns and other commercial chains, whether they do include that. In our requirements, we don't require a point of sale report with the submission of that excise tax form. However, some restaurants do elect to. Usually it's your corporate chains that will, but it just gives you your total gross sales. So it doesn't exactly tell you whether it's DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats.
Oh, so you can't extrapolate that information from, or we haven't done that in the past from other restaurants?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Byrd, basically it's just food is food, whether it's going out the door, sale is sales, right? Whether it's DoorDash or Hub or whatever, okay.
Correct. All meal sales should be included in any kind of point of sale or just reporting for your excise taxes to the city of Douglasville every month.
Also, the hookah is a part of sales too, right?
It is. It's however considered non-food sales, and the ordinance does require that meal service has to be 51% of total gross sales. So it is a requirement to maintain that ratio of non-food sales to your food and alcohol sales.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And other quick question, the difference between bar and restaurant, is there a delineation with the city ordinance?
In the city of Douglasville, there is really not an ordinance that establishes what would be considered a traditional bar. Every bar and restaurant you do see in Douglasville is essentially a restaurant, primarily. They are obligated to maintain a meal service as part of the official annotated code of Georgia.
All right, thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much, Mr.
Yes,
Byrd.
ma'am. Yes, Mr. Byrd. If you have an alcohol license, you must have food, right?
That is correct, yes, sir. Unless you are serving or selling by the package, like a package store or your Kroger, you don't have to maintain, of course, food sales. You just are selling by the package. This applies to any restaurant that is consuming on the premises, essentially.
Yes, I just wanted to get the clarity for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other council member? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Is that Miller? That's Mark. Okay. Councilman Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple of questions. How long has Allure been in business in the city of Douglasville?
That's a good question. I want to say that y'all did open in 2019, correct? Or 2020? Gotcha, right there in 2020.
Can you tell me approximately when in 2020?
July.
July of 2020, okay.
But we officially opened under Allure Lounge in January.
Come to the microphone.
Okay.
You have another.
How long has Allure Lounge been in business in the city of Douglasville?
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. We
State your name and.
Wayne Harris, 7090 Concourse Parkway. We originally opened in August of 2020, but we got our liquor license in 2021 of, I think it was January.
So you began.
We came in, we had license.
You began serving alcohol in the lounge with a liquor license.
Yes.
With the understanding that you would be required to have a 51% food sales in January of 21,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been in non-compliance? Mr. Byrd?
Currently, for the licensing year of 2022, they have been in non-compliance for 11 of the 12 reported months. We won't get the report for the month of December 2022 until January 20th. That is the due date for excise taxes that are due to the finance department.
Okay, what about 2021 from January to December?
2021, we do not have record of non-compliance in that instance, but we are looking at 2022 and notice that there is a trend of non-compliance.
So as far as our investigation, then, they've never been in compliance?
Correct. As far as for this licensing period, yes, sir.
Okay. Were you given notice of a hearing at least 5 days prior to today's date that there was a hearing coming? I assume you were because you were here on Thursday, but.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all that I have. Thank you.
Okay. Any other council members? Okay, Councilman Estes, thank you.
First of all, I thank you for listing the efforts that you have made and are planning to help you get into compliance. I thought those ideas sounded very positive and could well be helpful. I know in your presentation you requested a 90-day probationary period. You're confident that with what you've already done and with what you have planning to do, that is going to be, you're going to be able to come in compliance within 90 days?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else before I make my motion?
Quickly, if they were to be granted a 90-day extension, let's say, that I guess what we have to consider then as the council is the goal for them to get to the 51% between now and then, or do they have to hit it all 3 months? I think that we need to clarify that if that were to be the motion.
I'm sorry?
If that were to be the motion, if we were to grant them a 90-day extension, then they have, the motion would be that they have to hit 51% in food sales all 3 months or get to it by the end of the 3 months.
I have it after talking with our city attorney, and I'll explain it once I make my motion, if that's the way I want to go, okay?
And I had additional
Madam
questions,
Mayor.
and not to prolong everything, but our hearing and our item is for revocation or suspension. So it does not give us the ability within here to do a 90 days, 6 months, or however many months, unless that's something we want to add. Mr. Dotson?
Well, the ordinance gives the city council a wide discretion.
Okay.
We can revoke, suspend, probate, or do nothing.
Okay.
Likewise, in terms of a projected probation period, it would be up to the council to decide whether you intend for them to hit this number within 90 days or whether to hit it all 3 months. And likewise, I assume that if they hit it, you would expect them to keep hitting it thereafter, or there will be another revocation, another hearing of some description. Does that answer your question?
It does for me, yes, sir.
Okay, if there are no other questions, I'd like to make my motion. I'd like to make a motion to move to place the alcoholic beverage license of Allure Lounge LLC under probation status for February, March, April, and report back in May reporting period with the condition that upon compliance with the 51% meals shall requirements during each of these report periods, the licensee shall return to good standing, and upon the non-compliance will these 51% meal sale requirement for 2 or more consecutive reporting period. The license shall stand without further hearing. That's my motion.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Councilman Esser, second. And any comments or concerns? And I do have a point of clarity for me. I heard you, Councilman Davis. It's 3 months, February, March, April, correct?
Yes.
But there was something about a 2-month consistency. So if within any time, within those 3 months, after, if they make the recommendation of 51% in those 3 months, after that, if they have 2 months consistent, that they have not met the 51% ratio, their license can be revoked.
Yes, they report back
bring 'em
in
back.
May. Mr. Berg,
Okay. Is that, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, ma'am, you are
Okay.
correct.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. So there's a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions from council members? Okay, not hearing any. All those in favor of approving item 23-016 with the motion made by the chairman for a 90-day probationary period and all the stipulations that he read in that statement, all those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 23-016 is approved with a 90-day probationary period and the aforementioned concerns and markers that Mr. Chairman read. Councilman Davis.
Thank you, Allure, and hope everything worked out for you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
That's all I have, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next committee, Recreation, Culture, and Tourism Committee, chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight, Recreation, Culture, and Tourism.
Thank you, sir. Technology Committee, chaired by Councilman Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. To Councilman Adams' delight, we have no business under the Technology Committee tonight.
I know. Thank you. Transportation Committee, chaired by Councilmember Dr. LaShawn Burdanley.
No business tonight under Transportation, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
We'll move on to other business. Is there any other business to come before council tonight from council members? Thank you. I don't see any. We'll move on to updates from city staff. Our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Our staff attorney, Ms. Miranda Jordan. You're welcome. Thank you. Congratulations to the new deputy chief. Woo! J.R. Davis said we happy. I know. So well deserved. I'm sorry I missed you. I had another appointment, but I have something for you. I'll bring it later. Just real fast, anything from the chief's department. You want to say anything about your deputy chief?
No business, Madam Mayor.
I know. Our city manager, Ms. Marsha Hampton.
Go Dogs, and I'll see y'all Thursday.
All right. I second that motion.
Okay. If we don't have any comments from citizens and delegates, if you sustain the meeting, you'd like to address anything with us, please come forward, and you have 5 minutes to speak to us about any business germane to the city of Douglasville. Don't see any? We don't have anything else, then this meeting is adjourned.